This 65 Lincoln. This is the third video on this series. Brought you guys into this job right in the middle, pretty much. The whole interior part on this car. I've had pieces to it for years. Last video, the top was installed. Now we have front wheels installed. 24-inch Forgiatos. Back ones are hitting the muffler. So, to change that. Got the dash wrapped. No custom speaker mount with some tweets in there. You will not be able to see it. It's up under there. It's real nice though. Car's shaping up. It's been a nightmare of wiring. A lot of stuff, odd and end things. This car came to me apart. There was no side windows in it. Nothing was working. Wasn't even window motors in it. I had all the door panels already. They're finished actually. Ended up sending a window motor off for that door. And still don't have the correct power to the switches. Sent the switches off too to be refurbished. Pulled all this wiring loose. This will be all the relays just for the power windows here. Then all those way back in the trunk will be for the top. I've been studying this car like a university. These two relays hidden up in there are emergency relays, I found out, for opening and closing the trunk if you ever get locked out. So somebody years ago tapped into all this stuff. I won't get into everything I found out on this video, but just know it's been a nightmare of space age wiring for 1965. It's crazy. Been up here doing the same thing. I do need to point some of this stuff out just for reference. The whole original fuse block. It's corroded, rusted, overspray paint was all over it. I cleaned the whole face up, put some new fuses. Still have bad connections, which seem to be on the back terminals from being corroded and dirty. So worst case, I cut that whole thing off and put a new, we ordered a better one than this, but new style fuse block. Good to start that off. So yeah, dash come out nice. Polished all the chrome, refinished the steering wheel. Fixed a few holes in the floor. I just fiberglassed them, grinded all the rust off. It was small, tiny holes. And Dynamat, or whatever brand this is. Tried a new brand. I like the black look of it. Alright, carpet next. And a lot more wiring to deal with in the trunk. Cleaned it up a little bit. I got an amp board made with all those amps mounted. The car is wired up for the stereo already. Doing small motorcycle amps in there. Fit just right in that space under the back deck. Pieces, I've had pieces there everywhere for a while. They're slowly dwindling down. Hurry up and get all this stuff together and get to the seats. That's all those odd and end parts. And get all this stuff together. Hopefully next couple videos these tables will be cleared off. What else? A better shot of this dash. Polished all the chrome on the steering wheel, painted the steering column. I'll clean up under here some more. Deal with all that wiring before I put the lower half of the dash back together. Still got odd and end screws to replace in here. Change out some more for stainless steel screws. And waiting on weather stripping. Still got to order the weather stripping for the doors. We have the one for the top on the way. Oh, it's an expensive car for parts. This stuff's 3 times as much as other cars. At least most of it's available. I gotta take all these windows back loose too, fooling with the motors. And there's actually a motor on this vent window. This vent window is motorized. And to put that on correctly, it goes within these bolts. So I didn't do all this on my own. This is a good friend of mine. I don't fool with stuff like this. I'm capable. Oh Lord, it can be such a nightmare. But there was no glass in this, so we had to figure it out like a puzzle, and I'm not familiar with this car. So the owner of it, along with a friend of his, come over, and all of us together figured out most of this as far as it is now. And with a few videos we watched on YouTube, and he's got a ton of paperwork, we figured the rest out. So now I have to take it back apart and put it back together correctly. And with these big motors right here for the vent windows. And the correct bolts for them, I think. And watch another video. Not a lot of people with these cars online either. Alright, I'll end it there. Be back. This thing's not going as fast as I want it to, but there's so many finished interior parts. Once we get past this wiring, it should start going together pretty quick. I'll show you under the hood too. I'll show you on the next one. Did a lot of cleaning up under there. Straightened up wiring to the battery. Here. It's nothing impressive. It was just such a mess. I had to tidy it up just to feel comfortable under the hood. It had a dirty air breather in it, so we changed that out. Wiped down the spark plug wires. Cleaned all the edges up and threw some paint on that panel that was all rusty. And wiped all the dirt down the edges. Solenoid here had rusty terminals and bad ends. So I put some new ends on the wires and connections and shrink wrap. Not the best wiring, but it's nice and clean and solid. Things making a connection. Yeah, this rod right here going over the battery's crazy. Stupid design from the factory. I haven't even touched these ground wires. It's a mess of them. I don't know why they've ran so many ground wires up here. I can not get up under here hardly. But I'll end up being down there for long. So yeah, I've been working my way all over this car. Keep on going. It's going to be a 10-minute video this time. Almost there. It's fixing to end here. Kick panel's got a ton of stuff in it. Wires and relays and circuits. And there's also, I learned there's a circuit inside this fender, or a relay for the top and power windows. That's probably where our problem is. I think I can get access to it through the wheel well. Take the wheel off. I have to take an inner panel off. Up in there. I may be wrong. Oh, trying to figure this car out. Alright, she's shaping up though. Not getting a lot of views on this. Hit that like button for me and share it. This is a beautiful car. I'm gonna get it as clean as possible before it's out of my hands. Thanks for watching. Peace. God bless.